Hey guys, real quick before we start the video, I'm working on a top 10 list of the best new Cars Diecast of 2024, as chosen by my viewers. So, if you're interested and would like to vote, please click the link in the description and vote for who you think the best new release of the year was. Now on to the video. Those of you who frequently watch my channel are probably well aware that I've been trying to review Shifty Sidewinder for quite some time now. Shifty was supposed to be my next review all the way back in December before I started my 25 Days Suggestion series, and you could see him hanging off to the side where I keep my next review for the first half of the month in nearly every episode of 25 Days. It even started to become a running joke in my comments, with several people talking about how upset Shifty must be that he was hanging there and that one day he'll have his day. And then I found some new cars in a store, and they took Shifty's place. Specifically, the Jackson Storm and Miguel Camino GRC 2-pack, which I took a look at last week. That took his place and hung up on the side for the back half of the month until I found another item that I decided to review before that. And so I reviewed the Color Changers playset and Ernie Gearson. And then I did the DRC 2-pack. And now it's finally Shifty Sidewinder's time. So, sorry Shifty, I know it took me quite a while to get to you, but hey, it's your day now, buddy, so congratulations, I'm reviewing you now. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another review, and to another Cars Diecast review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shifty Sidewinder, one of the off-road racers from the Radiator Springs 500.5. I got all of these off-road racers in a haul over the summer. I got them loose, won a pretty good eBay bid, and some of them are a little bit damaged, unfortunately, but I think that's perfectly fine since I got all of them for a really good price. Shifty, much like Sandy Dunes, is actually missing the little exhaust pipe here at the back. As you can see, this is what that's supposed to look like. That's an image from his BDD World of Cars slideshow. But other than that, he's in pretty good condition. He does have kind of an apparent chip there, but you know, I really don't mind. You know, I really don't have a problem with that little tiny piece missing. You're really never gonna see it anyway, at least not with how I display my cars, and I don't really think it matters all that much. Shifty, of course, is a modified sort of Volkswagen Beetle, although his diecast is completely unique from the other more common Volkswagen Beetle mold we've seen in the Cars Diecast line. This one used to characters like Xanadu bumpers and Cruz Basoro. You can see that he is vaguely the same size as Xanadu and Cruz's mold, but he is also quite a bit bigger in several places, and then of course he's also modified to be even larger. One of the biggest differences is probably the size here where the headlights are, as well as this piece in the middle being far more defined than it is here, where on Cruz and Xanadu, the hood is shaped a bit more subtly and also has that Volkswagen logo. Here you can see it's much more stark and deep and defined with the lines there. And there also is no Volkswagen logo, which is interesting. Just see that that's not on him, so perhaps he isn't, you know, specifically legally a Volkswagen. Does he have a Volkswagen? No, so he doesn't have a Volkswagen logo on the base. So yeah, as far as the off-road racers go, Shifty I think has one of the better expressions. He's probably one of my personal least favorites. I really like Idle Threat and Blue Grit, and then Sandy and Shifty are both pretty generic in my opinion, but I do think he has one of the strongest facial expressions out of the group of characters. Interestingly, he only has one mirror. That's not mine being used and coming broken. He's only supposed to have this one mirror. You can see there's only space for one, and yeah, he's only built with one, which is pretty unique. I assume that has some sort of basis in real-world off-road racing. I'm not sure. It's really not a field I'm all that familiar with. We do have this really nice guard here down at the bottom. This is actually attached as part of the base. We have, of course, his roof lights up here and a little compartment, which is really cool. This doubles as space for a spare tire, which I absolutely love. Those really nicely detailed elastic bands and all that. And the tire is a perfect match to the ones that we actually see on him. I really love how you can see the lights kind of poking through there on the other side. You can see the sculpt for the lights doesn't just end here. You see the back of them right in front of the tire there. Just some really nice attention to detail. Now this part of Shifty is interestingly a completely different color from the rest of him. Obviously that's an intentional move. I assume in universe it's probably a part that he replaced. And you can see we also have a bunch of sort of mud splatter, sandy detailing all across the side. One of my favorite things about this diecast is this detailing in the window. I think that looks really, really good. I really love how this sort of dirty splattering effect is handled on the window as well. Much better than it is on the diecast itself. I often compliment Cars Diecast nowadays for how good the weathering detailing is, but on Shifty here, I think it is pretty weak on the body of the car. Like this, I'm sorry, that really, really looks painted on. Like that almost looks like a kid came in with a crayon and scribbled on it like it was a children's menu at Applebee's. This really does look like actual sort of dirt splattering on the windows, and I think that looks really, really nice. Wheels are 2 different sizes, pretty common for off-road cars, but I'm pretty sure I just noticed that. Pretty cool to see. On the back, we have the cage containing, of course, I believe his engine back here, and the exhaust pipe is missing, unfortunately. So it would probably be pretty dangerous for Shifty to start moving right about now. No, Shifty, no, 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 no! Of course, there's the number 67 written there on either side. And on this side, you can see what he would look like if he didn't have this other colored piece, of course. Pretty standard looking there. Finally, there is the base. You could also get a look at the sort of track that his wheels are on for that suspension. Not all that much, but, you know, you have a little bit of posability and just a little bit of suspension. A bit better than some of the other cars who have basically none. So there you have it. Shifty Sidewinder finally reviewed here. You're welcome, Shifty. Sorry it took so long to get around to him. And I'm honestly really sorry that I've been so inconsistent with reviews. I've been really struggling to get into a habit of doing daily reviews. I have about 30 cars I have to review right now. A bunch of new items, a bunch of cool stuff from my Christmas haul, and of course all the items that I got last year, my massive hauls over the summer that I'm still making my way through. And I want to really try to consistently do reviews as daily as I possibly can from here on out. If I miss a day, my bad, you know, that's on me. But I have so many items I want to get through, and I'm really hoping to consistently do it starting today with Shifty. So hopefully this is just the beginning of a very long list of reviews as I make my way through all the really great Cars items I have to take a look at. If you want to stay on top of what I'm reviewing, make sure to check out my community page because I will be consistently releasing polls where you guys can vote on the next review. Up next, we have Color Changers GRC McQueen, but then it'll be your turn to vote. I'll be putting up a post probably later today or early tomorrow where you guys can vote on the next item. We're going to be doing it in a bit of a pattern. If you've noticed, I've been doing kind of a pattern with my recent reviews. I'm prioritizing new releases. So basically the pattern right now is I'll review one of the new releases I have, then I'm doing a review of a Christmas haul item, then I'm doing a review of a new release, and then I'm doing a review of one of the items that I got over the summer. So that's, again, prioritizing new releases, so every other day is a new release, and then all those alternate days I'll do Christmas haul and then car from one of the summer hauls. For those of you wondering, of course, the summer hauls do consist of 3 hauls: the haul from Robin Tailsrider, the haul from the Piston 11, and the haul featuring these guys, where now the only one left to review is Blue Grit. So when it is a day for the summer hauls, I will be alternating which of those hauls I pick from. It's a little complicated and hard to explain, but I hope it makes sense with the way I've described it. If you want to stay on top of it, again, feel free to check out my community page and help vote for the next reviews. So next review to vote for will be one for the Christmas haul, then a new release, and then another car from one of these hauls. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye now.